Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi, welcome. Just a reminder that when you're coming in, a lot of you are coming in without video. So if you want to turn on your video, we of course always love to see you. And this is the time, actually, if you'd like to unmute yourself, you can certainly feel free. Say hello.
Hi.
Carrie came back.
I did. I decided I'm like a new backdrop to model the dress again.
Wow. Oh, it looks great. And I love the set.
Thanks, Gary.
My new environment.
Love it. That's so great.
Thanks. It's fun.
We're just going to give everybody, maybe another minute to pop on, and then we'll get started. But in the meantime, I'll just remind you all of a couple things that, you're probably actually quite familiar with. So you can go ahead and, pop in the chat where you're from. If you look at the bottom of your screen, you'll see a menu bar across the bottom. And that's where you can mute and unmute yourself. But also if you click on the chat, that will open that up and you'll start seeing where everyone's from. And you can also put in there if you want to say where you're from, because that's always kind of exciting to see people all across the country. And then oftentimes from lots of other countries as well, which is kind of fun to see.
Kansas City and Portland, Oregon.
California.
Chicago.
Missouri. Vermonter. Hi, Kate Duffy from Vermont. I'm from Vermont also. Very excited.
Hi, Barbara.
You said hi to Kate in the chat. Hi, Kate.
So you see what happens when Vermonters run into each other? We all think we know each other also.
Well, I'm hoping to see Kate's face. She just bought some things from me. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the studio.
So, and just also another reminder, a great way to use the chat is if you do have questions while people are talking, you can pop a question in the chat. And if we don't have time to get to it while that person's talking, we'll see if we can get to it at the end during a little after party. So why don't we go ahead and get started. Again, go ahead and turn your video on if you feel up to it. Just a little word on some technical stuff. If we do end up having any kind of major technical difficulties, and if we have to end up shutting down the Zoom, we will put a new link up on our website at artpartycentral.org. So you can just go to the website and click on that link, or you will also, everyone who RSVP'd to this event, we will send an email out with an updated link as well. So if that has to happen, which it almost never does, that's a way to sort of pop back on and it'll be as if the party never even started, because we'll all be back in party time. So before we get started, we always like to toast with a little cheers. So if you have a glass of water, wine, whiskey, whatever you have handy, cheers and welcome to Art Party Central. Happy Thursday.
Cheers.
And yes to everyone out there.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so now we're actually going to just mute everyone. Please don't be offended. This is just regular Zoom protocols.
Unmute yourself.
Okay, so now we can go ahead and get started. So hi everyone, I am Sam Stone of Swan&Stone Millinery, and I am up here in Vermont. And Nora Swan, my partner, and I have been making hats together up here for a little over 10 years, and I will be your host tonight. I'm one of the founders of Art Party Central, and co-hosting, so that means doing all the behind the scenes and making sure everything runs smoothly, is Kathleen Tesnakis, who of Ekologic. And hopefully Kathleen will have a chance to pop her website into the chat. And she will be running all the background. So yay, thank you so much, Kathleen. I'm super excited that you're here to keep everything going smoothly. So enough about us. let me tell you what we have lined up for tonight. We are joined by 6 super talented artists. First, we're going to hear from Suzanne of Suzanne Schwartz Jewelry. And then we're going to hear from Clara of Clara Applewhaite Designs. And then Lula Castillo from Natural Sur Organic Jewelry. Joanne and Dennis of Steel Pony and Journey Bags, and they're brand new for us. They're new to Art Party Central, which is very exciting to us. And Sue Shannon from Suchi Pottery, another fellow Vermonter, waving to you. And then finally, we'll hear from Ravi and Lisa of Beebop and Wally. So let me just tell you how these parties work. Each of the 6 artists is going to have a little bit of time to give a presentation, and followed by a couple questions that have been submitted that I will have a chance to ask them. At the end of the party, we'll give away a $50 gift certificate to each of the 6 artists' websites. So there'll be 6 different winners of $50 gift certificates. So that's pretty exciting, but you have to stick around until the end to hear your name announced. That's when we'll be announcing the winners. And then we'll also give you a special discount code at the end to all 6 of the artist websites, as well as to Kathleen's website, Ekologic, and mine, which is Swan&Stone Millinery. So at the end of the party, we often have a bit of a sort of more casual time. We call it an after party, and that's the time after we've announced the winners that we'll go ahead and tell you guys to unmute yourselves, ask any questions that maybe weren't answered earlier, and it's just a little more informal. So at that point, you know, maybe some of the questions that you sort of held on to this whole time, you'll get a chance to say them. But so let's get to some of the fun stuff tonight. And I am going to hand it over to Suzanne Schwartz. Go ahead, Suzanne, take it away.
Hi, I'm Suzanne of Suzanne Schwartz Jewelry, and I make jewelry, of course. And probably the most distinctive thing about my jewelry is that I stitch my jewelry with either 22 karat gold or fine silver wire. So what I'm wearing, and I'll show you some close-ups in a bit, is a silver necklace that is stitched through with gold. And most of my jewelry I'll either offer in a dark or a bright finish, and some other stitching, and I can just show you some fine silver, which you can see kind of right here. So that's all stitched, and what I mean by stitched is really sewn. But let me turn my camera around so you can get a better look without all my glare. And tonight I'm going to try to work in sort of how I got started in jewelry, because it came to me a little bit from a different path. And I'm just trying to switch around my camera. So this is the necklace I'm wearing, but this is the dark version. And you can see that it's stitched with 22 karat gold, and then it's oxidized silver. And I use 22 karat gold bimetal. Bimetal is a gold, it's a sheet of gold and a sheet of silver that are bonded together. It's a thick layer of gold, unlike a plating. So basically a little bit about my story. I guess I came out of the womb sort of like a frustrated artist, and just always did a lot of art. Growing up, my grandmother used to knit and sew, and she'd come over every single weekend and taught me, and it was great. And for some reason, the stitches always found its way into my art. And some of my first art was really kind of with books, and also with collage, and there would always be stitching in it. So this collection, the interwoven collection, is really sort of, it's like a collage. I view each piece as a little collage in itself, and then all together. And then I have a piece of this that I'm working on just to show you how it starts. So these are the wires that I stitch with. This is 22 karat gold, fine silver of some different widths, and even with the gold, it'll be different widths. And these are the pieces that are in the necklace that I'm wearing. And you can see this is before it's stitched. I'll drill the holes and then I'll add little pieces of gold to it. And then here you can see it's stitched. You can see the back and you can see how raw it looks, not shiny or anything. And then it comes together as a necklace. And I like with my groups for them to all be able to work together. So this is the interwoven square necklace next to my newest line, the circle collection. Or here it will also work with the layered collection. This is my best-selling earring, and you can see it in some different colors. I can never decide what color to do, so I do them all. But this earring comes apart and makes 3 different earrings. So when you buy this earring, you can wear it as 2. You can also just buy the 2 pieces together. You can wear this alone, the little stud, or you can put them together. So I went to an art school for college, but I didn't study art. I studied environmental studies and environmental studies and political science. And I always was kind of like, I never found a medium that I liked to do. I couldn't draw. Clay was just way too malleable. And then in my 20s, after I moved back from Paris, which is actually where I sold my first artwork, at Trocadero, I used to make frames with glass bugle beads and little Eiffel Towers. Learned some of my best French that way. And so when I moved back, I took a metal class.
So Suzanne, I think you just got muted somehow.
I'm back, right?
Yep, you are.
Okay. And I took a metal class and I just fell in love and continued it and ended up, at that time I was working for Eileen Fisher, who just, it was great company to work for. And I loved working with her, but I was like, I think I want to design my own pieces. And then I went back to FIT for jewelry design school. And then my company I've had for about 10 years. This is more of the layered collection. And you can see this is a necklace that you can wear either hanging or you can wear it together. Little clasp that I've made. I really like paying attention to all the details of my jewelry. So this is the clasp. And then even with my earrings, so this is an ear wire. And I'll make sure that the back is all rounded so it won't stab you or anything and it won't hurt you. And also that it just falls right. So all those details are very important to me. The other thing that I love, do I still have time?
You have a little bit of time. I'm hoping you're going to show us some pearls. Is that what you're focusing on right now?
That's where I was going. I'm a little low on my pearls just with Valentine's Day and the holidays, but there's more to be had because Valentine's Day is great for pearls, and especially with our new vice president who loves pearls. So this is my lariat with, it's not a lariat, necklace, kind of asymmetrical with Tahitian pearls, which is one of the pearls that I use, with 7 Tahitian pearls and then 22 karat gold and oxidized silver. And this necklace, like many of them, are adjustable in the back because I wanted to always work with, how you like to wear necklaces, and then also, work with what you're wearing. The other pearl that I use, and I have my best-selling pearl necklace is a 5 pearl necklace, which are being made as right now I'm working on. But these are some of the Chinese freshwater Baroque pearls that I use. And then a hinge pearl is a pearl I've been experimenting with some different designs. And then you can see I even have this choker, and these are some of the colored pearls.
And those pearls, they look like they're just sort of dripping down. They look like they would feel so nice on the skin as well.
That's kind of the idea, that they're just kind of dripping and falling and really cascading, you know, even the Tahitian pearls, and then the 5 pearl necklace, which I'm sorry you can't see, but it's on my website.
Oh, that's wonderful. So we're just about out of time, but can you tell us just really quickly, because the question came in, was there a brooch in the background?
Yes.
On the chat. Is there something, can you just show us real quick?
I'm gonna turn it around.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a brooch. This is part of the torn collection. So this is stitched with 22 karat gold wire, and then moonstones set in 22 karat gold, as is this whole collection. And then there you have the pin.
That is
brooches.
Stunning. Is that on the website?
Yes,
Great.
it should be. I will make sure it's up. I will make sure it's up there.
Yeah, that is amazing. Thank you so much, Suzanne. We are going to have to move on to our next artist, but thanks for showing us so much of your work.
You're welcome.
Love it. So our next artist is Clara.
Hi, my name is Clara Applewhaite Mitchell, and I'm initially from Trinidad and Tobago, hence the accent. I am a teacher, printmaker, silk painter, and a textile designer. I presently work as a silk painter, and silk painting is a resist process. It's cousin to batik. Now, with batik, you use wax as your resist, and in silk painting, you use a glue. It looks like a glue, but it's beige in color. And I squeeze it through the stylus to create these thin lines for the detail work. And I also work with Dynaflow paint. Now it's paint made to the consistency of dye, so it's liquid. If you can see how liquid is, almost like milk. And the process basically is I draw my design on bright white paper with Sharpie, and then put the silk. Normally if it's a scarf, it's stretched on a screen and the design is underneath, so I can then draw the design with the gutta, which is this. And once that's dry, then the color is applied. Whoops. You begin to apply the color. And once that is done, you let it dry or cure for 24 to 48 hours, depending on the size of the piece. And then it is washed out. The gutta is washed out with hot water and washed in something called Zinthropol, which basically holds any excess paint or dye in suspension so it doesn't bleed on the other fabrics. And so you have any length of scarf. Most of my scarves are 14 by 70 or 13 by 70. I try to use all of the pieces. I basically buy the scarf, the silk in yardage, and then cut and stitch the scarves myself. Now with batik, you crack the wax to get the texture. In silk, it's something called silk salt. And if you can see that, the salt basically moves the wax into itself because you're working wet on wet. So the scarf is wet, the dye is applied, the silk salt is sprinkled in whatever design you wish, and it causes a chemical reaction where the dye moves into, you could see it here, it moves into the crystal of the salt and creates that flowing kind of pattern. I have also been working with brushing on the wax the gutta with brushes, as well as using the stylus. So you have this scarf here using both stylus, the thin line, and then the brush work here, and then you apply the dye afterwards. And what sometimes I wait for one layer of dye to dry and then I go back and do some overpainting. As in the back, you'll see direct painting here. I literally just paint directly on the silk without using any gutta. So you have a freeform type design. Now, I also do kaftans, like so, midi kaftan. And all of these are based on scarf designs. Likewise, this one. Because the guys love to get involved, and this is basically how they can. Now, I do wear these silk shirts as jackets in the summer. I also do ties. The ties are more freeform. I don't like using the gutta on the tie. It gets a little too staid and stiff. And then I also do pillows. So the pillow, I do the gutta on the front and I do the texture on the back. And that's about it. Oh, by the way, I do use themes every year. I try to do a different collection. This year I am doing Morocco as my theme, architectural images and motifs of Morocco. And I just play with everything that I see. So are there any questions?
Wonderful. Well, yes, there are, of course. And there were a couple things that came up in the chat, but once again, it seems everyone sort of needs to see that kaftan in the back with the flowers.
This one?
Yes. Can you pull that forward just so we can see that? Because that is just so beautiful and it catches everyone's eye. Oh, I love the colors. Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
That's the back. I literally, because my studio space is so limited, I do it in sections.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And so there were also other questions. You talked a lot about the gutta serti process.
Yes.
Now, first of all, what exactly is the gutta? What is that?
The gutta is very much like a glue.
A glue, okay.
If
Right.
you remember, if you throw your memories back to school days and that glue you used to be able to use in kindergarten, primary school, looked a little gray. That's what it is. Now I'm using a new gutta because the French gutta that I used to use, Sennelier company, is gone out of business. So now I'm using jacquard, which has this beige look to it.
I see.
Yeah.
And so another question was, do you accept commissions? Do you ever do commissions for people?
Yes, I do. I've done many commissions, one for wedding, one for pillows, decorative pillows, especially for West Indians living abroad in temperate countries. They want to remember the warmth, colors of the Caribbean. So I've done a set of pillows for a young, elderly woman in Canada. She wanted 4. So I chose all the different flowers of the Caribbean, did it, put it on pillows. So now she has a little set, a patio set, wicker set with all her pillows.
Oh, that's wonderful. And is it the same, because this is actually another question in the chat, is it the same process for your pillows as what you were describing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fortunately, the pillows, I get most of my silk from Dharma Trading, and they sell the pillows open. So it's stretched. It's flat. Once I'm finished, I stitch the sides up.
I see. That is wonderful. Well, thank you for showing us so much of what's in your tiny studio right there. That was really great.
This is my studio in my office.
Your studio and your office. Okay. Well, you've made it very cheery and colorful. That is for sure. Thank you, Clara.
Thank you.
Again. So next we're going to hear from Lula Castillo.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you everybody for joining us. This wouldn't be possible without you. Thank you for Art Party Central girls who created this and put us all together so we can feel like we are in an art show. And thank you for the artists for being with me, showing their work. My name is Lula Castillo. I'm the creator and designer of Natural Sur Organic Jewelry. What I do is I recycle seeds, beans, nuts, and I also work with citrus peel to create sustainable accessories. Things that I like to work is texture, materials, designs, and color. But one I enjoy is color. I have a background in industrial design. I think I studied colors for about 2 years, but I'm always curious about not only the meaning, also how the colors can affect our daily life, our visions, our health, our physical state. So now that I'm working on my winter collection, I work mainly with 3 colors, white, black, and I added a little bit of red. So I'm gonna show you about the meaning of the colors, how can you combine it, and how can you wear them. So the white is perfect because in winter time, we tend to dress out with dark colors, black, navy blue, browns, or dark reds. So white is perfect for it. This piece is made of a tagua knot. It's all tagua, cut it in different shapes. I like to do uneven and asymmetrical pieces. This is another white piece. This one is more about textures. So this is the tagua knot, this is the tagua, and the round one is the bombona. So the meaning of the white, is lightness, purity, is empowerment. Another thing that I do is to try to add a little gray to keep it in the lightest shade. So one of the another good pieces that people like are my bolos. So this one is made of the tagua knot and the outside is made with gray. I put a little bit of gray to give contrast. And in the middle is batik as a Clara used. I painted with a special glue and I dip it. So I do the texture. Another, of course, black. So black is always a good one, is the color sophistication. This is made of the tagua knot. It's also adjustable. All my pieces are adjustable, so you can make it shorter or longer. I also combine the black and white. And this piece is one of the favorite because you can wear it in a different size. This is double. You can make it longer, double, shorter, or you can also open it. So you open it, you create one long piece. Sometimes just to give a little touch to the black, I add different materials. This one has the round ones are bombonas, the gray is acai, and the rings are the tagua knot in red. Red is another color that I love to use because it's the color of love, passion, excitement. So by adding red to the pieces, I give a little touch. They're more like they popped more. So in this one, for example, this is made of a citrus peel. And I put the tagua knot in red. And also the black one is the acai seeds. Another of my favorite pieces is which has the colors black, white, and the red rose. This is another one that Sam might like because it has a little sound on it. Some of my pieces have this sound, a little music.
Lula, you cracked me up because I was actually just pointing that out to my daughter.
And even though I combine the same colors, the pieces look different because I cut the material in a different way. And also you can wear it. This is how it looks over black. Black may look the pieces a little smaller, and white same piece, but it looks a little wider. The piece kind of change its appearance. I also, with the bolos that I showed before, is the same thing. By changing the color, the concept of the piece changed a little bit. And I'm going to show another one that makes the noise. And again, it has the same colors, red, white, and black. And also makes the little noises. This also are very lightweight. They're adjustable. So what you do is you open it up, put it over your head, and just tighten it up. Do you have any questions?
Yes.
Time?
You're okay. We have a couple more minutes. Can you tell us, you've shown us so many different necklaces. Can you tell us what's your favorite material to work in? But also I have one other request, because there's a lot of love for those rainbow pieces. So can you tell us your favorite material to work in, but also I think a lot of us would love to see what are those rainbow pieces behind you.
Sure. The favorite material is the tagua knot. This is the knot. So I started making a hole so I can work around it. This is the texture. So what can I do is split it. If I split it and I see this, I use the outer side. If I don't, I do slices, like sort of like a potato chips. And the good thing about tagua is like working with wood. So I can do all different shapes. This is what I do with it. It can be thick, it can be, and I can drill it, and it comes in here. So each knot comes in here, which this one can be an also a piece. Which colorful pieces, Sam?
Well, there's, so I don't know if we're opposite. I think over your right shoulder, there's a rainbow necklace, and then there's sort of a rainbow choker behind it. Yeah. Do you want to just bring those forward so people can see some of that color?
Sure, so maybe I'll take this one out.
That'd be great.
So this one, that's also what I like, the tagua. The tagua absorb all the colors. So with this one has all the colors I do. So I sort of leave a different shape also here in this one, and this one is curved, depending the color you like. So you just rotate it, or depending the color you're wearing a day. So you can do it. Also, you can do double loop. It's just a little long. I'm a short person. Somebody was asking me before. I'm 5'1", but it doesn't matter. It can be long, short, and you can make a double loop. And the short one is the tagua knot, but it's cut it in a big rings. So this one is actually, these are the colors. And I like this one more as a choker. Taller people like wear to use it longer, but to me, this one is better as a choker. So you just tie it up.
And all these pieces we can find on your website, right?
Yes, these are on the website. So that's how it looks.
That's
beautiful. You can make it shorter, you can make it longer. You can vary, it depends on the top you're wearing. And also this one looks good on black, white, gray. All my pieces go great on black, white, gray, and beige colors.
Mm-hmm. That's gorgeous.
Okay.
Thank you so much for showing us so many beautiful pieces.
Thank
you. And if there were any questions, I mean, there were people wanted to see other pieces on and everything. So if hopefully at the end, we'll have a chance to try on a couple more pieces, because I think you have so much to see. Okay. So thank you so much, Lula.
Thank you.
And so now we're actually going to move on to Joanne and Dennis of Steel Pony. Welcome.
Hey guys. Hi everybody, welcome. We are really excited to be here. My name is Joanne Litz.
I'm Dennis Wall.
And we are the owners of Steel Pony.
I'm Journey Bags.
So we thought we would start with the Steel Pony side of the business. Dennis and I started about 28 years ago, making the clothing, and everything that we do is made locally in Philadelphia. It's sustainable. So what that means is I try to find fabric that's made in America. I use natural fibers. The yarns may not be made in America, but the fabric is knit here and finished here. So one of the things that I've been told is that my clothing looks so much better on actual people than it does on dress forms. and because it flows and it's so drapey. So I'm going to attempt to give you a little bit of a show today. So I'm going to start with my Modell collection, and the Modell is a fiber that is yarn is made in Austria, but it's knitted here. I have two different collections in Modell. I do a hand-dyed collection and also a black collection, which I call BLK. So what's great about it is it's kind of like taking unique basic shapes that they can be, I can wear them as my basic part of the outfit, and then I can layer on top. And I love color and I love to layer. So I like to show you a little bit about how I do that. The first piece I'm going to show you, it's called the tailor tunic, and it's also made in the Modell. And you can see how different it is when it's hand dyed. I love this top because it's fitted, but it hides everything, and it's very comfortable. And I feel like I'm wearing pajamas in this fabric. And we do it like this. You can also get it in the BLK collection, and I also have it. We dye it in different ways, in different times. And this piece is available on the website right now. But we're always doing different kinds of dyeing. We do all the dyeing in our studio, which is behind me. And if you're a little chilly, you can layer it with the vest. So this is the Nova vest. And it's really a great layering piece. One of the other things about the clothes is, like, because of all the layering options, you can have one wardrobe that layers for all 4 seasons. So it's not like you have to have a winter version and a summer version. A lot of my colors can run all year round. I do go a little darker in the wintertime, but they all mix and match together. And my customers will tell you that they all have pieces that do that. So I also do a lot of stuff in cotton. And I do this style every season in a different way. This season, I did, it's called the Ryan tunic, and it's cotton it has quilting at the bottom. And I also do it all year round with lace at the bottom, and that's called the Cameron tunic. So this is a really great layering piece. The Cameron, I have one in every color because I think it's just perfect for just about everything that I make. It's great for underneath tunics. And sometimes I also like to layer sleeveless tunics with sleeveless tunics, because this is a great piece. It just gives it a little bit more dimension. And I love the way the juxtaposition of the textures and the colors and how it all works together. And then if, obviously I need sleeves. So this is the Nova jacket. It's a one of a kind piece that's available on the website right now. And it's a size small. And it's just a great piece. It adds a little bit of funk to the whole outfit. So, it gives you an idea of how our clothing works. I also love pieces like this. This is the opal sweater, and it's great because it has one sleeve, so it's great to have out for dinner, and then it keeps nice and warm, and you can wrap it up and you can wear it different ways. You could wear it long, belted. It's another way to wear it. And I have it here. Also, it's one of my one-of-a-kind dresses that I do. I love to do one-of-a-kinds. I'm also really into not throwing anything out. So I keep everything that I ever made, or all the scraps that I ever did, everything we dye, and I make things out of them. So this dress came from that. And as you can see, I put it with the opal piece. With that, I put one of Dennis's bags, one journey bag. I really love this waist pack. It is a really cool piece. It's It's buffalo, and it's got this really interesting detail here. It's a signature that he has, and it's on a belt that can be adjusted. And it just looks really hot with this dress. And this dress is like a size 4. And it's not on the website, but if anybody's interested in it, they can ask me about it, and I will give them more information.
Joanne,
But with
what would you call that? What would you call that dress if anyone wanted to ask you about it?
just say one-of-a-kind sweater dress.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And with that, I'm gonna give it to Dennis to show you some beautiful bags.
Hi, guys. So I started making bags in 2000. And I like to use the organic shapes. I like to use the lines of the actual leather, the way that it comes. I use ostrich, python, buffalo, cowhide in all of my bags. I mix and match. They're all hand stitched, hand laced. I line them all. I try to put interior pockets in them. Most of them have exterior pockets. They all have key catchers, I call them, to help locate your keys. And I make them all. So I wanted to show you a couple.
Dennis, I just want to let you know we have time just to see a couple of those bags. So yeah, go ahead and bring them up.
Okay, so this is a snapping turtle leather, which I just started using with a buffalo bulk of the body, front pocket. This is a hand painted python with ostrich.
Wow,
And
that's incredible. Are those all bags that are on your website?
they are, yes.
Those are, oh, Joanne is saying no.
Some are,
Yes,
some are,
yes.
some are not. We also have an Etsy site as well.
Most
Okay.
of them are.
Okay.
Most of them are. I
And
just-
they look very one of a kind. Is that true?
Yeah, they're all one of a kind, no matter what body it is. So I don't want to go over my time. They're all guaranteed for my lifetime. I'll take care of any problem that may occur. So that's it.
Incredible. Thank you. Those are absolutely amazing.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So we are going to move on to Sue Shannon.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming to the party tonight. Here I am in Vermont. So I hope that signal blesses us today and we have great clear signal. So welcome to my studio. As you can see, it may be gray in Vermont, but who cares? We like color and we like to play in the rainbow. And so the pottery that I make all by myself, one piece at a time, is really, I know I've been listening to so many people saying all these wonderful, beautiful backgrounds that they've had in school and education. And I've just been the super passionate, curious type of person. In high school, I started making pottery and I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And at some point, I really just had to do it as a business. And so it's developed into a highly functional product line so that people can come in and find their favorite colors and reorganize and redecorate the sweet little spaces in their house that need a little pepping up. So for instance, you can see that I have these soap pumps over here, super basic, simple, and lovely. This is a teal color with green. It's just too easy to match my pottery. And that's also what I love to see about Lula's work and Clara's work, everybody's work that has such full saturated colors. It's so much fun to live with. And those of you who like that are gonna do that. And those of you who like the soft, quiet, muted colors can go in that direction too. So I love to be in the kitchen and I love to work with pottery that is to go onto the table. Canisters, I have these beautiful canisters too that people get to figure out whatever they want to do with these basic, simple vessels that I make. Some people think of those canisters as cookie jars. Some people think compost. I think flour and sugar well, actually not coffee, but the grains. And so I've got the plates and I've got bowls, lots of bowls. And I do have, of course, different cups, and I forgot to bring out my tumbler. So I have 2 different mugs. And what's been fun for folks is just to come and pick up the wares and see how they feel and find a few colors that can come into their space and just enliven it. It's been really fun. And for some reason, in the last week or so, 2 weeks, I've been getting a few emails from folks completely out of the blue. Like, these things just happen this way all at once. And one fella just titled the email "Joy Every Day." And he said, "We met at the farmer's market, and I just wanted to share with you these bowls that you made for us. And it's like 4 years ago. And I really love eating out of them every day." So this is how these pieces have a life out in the world. And I think as an artist and a creative person, that's exactly what we want to have going out into the world, is to bring this really good, juicy, creative flow and love for color and have that feeling of space in our lives so that we can take a breath, we can just have a moment, we can rejuvenate, those sorts of things. I think that's really what these colors are about. And I've just spent 30 years figuring out how to make this stuff really easy to use and dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and very user friendly. So how's that, Sam? Anybody have any questions for me?
There are some questions, and I want to tell you that I love reading the chat while you're speaking. People love all your color. Everybody's so happy. It's like we've all been elevated. I feel like that's been sort of, if there was a theme from tonight, that's our theme, right?
Yes. Let's do it all together. Bring it up.
Do it all together. I love it. And so, of course, yes, there are some questions. And what I wanted to ask you first about is that I know you've been doing some bundling and that there are some bundles on your website. Can you show us what comes in a bundle and show us a little bit about it?
Yes. So I'm just thinking about what can we do around our sink and around our stove. And I just took a few very simple items, the sink set, the stove and sink set, and then you can go the whole kit and caboodle. There's 3 pieces in the bundle. And so I did take the soap pump, all right, to go with, I need 2 more hands, and to go with the sponge holder. Everybody recognizes this, right? If anybody knows of any really good natural sponges, maybe not walnuts because they peel, I would love to hear of a really good, awesome sponge that people can use. But, you know, they get kind of gross, right? So I just took a little bit of clay and pulled it up, cut it out, and we just have a nice little holder that can dry these sponges out, keep them a little bit cleaner, and that little part of our world is great. So that is the sink set with the sponge holder and the soap pump. And you can also, a lot of times people come in and they'll buy the soap pump and they'll also buy a spoon rest. These spoon rests are a really old traditional potter's design. Probably they were made like when people started using spoons. And so these are really sweet. They have just a nice, simple color outline. And again, dishwasher safe. You don't use these in the microwave, but they're really, cleanup is really easy with them. So, oh, you know, one thing I didn't mention in our earlier little, sorry, not little, but our earlier awesome party at 3:30 is I now have 1 in each color, these sweet little ramekin bowls bundled on the website as well. And to Ellen actually got them with a garlic infuser, garlic olive oil infuser. So this is a fun kitchen gadget that I make. It's super simple And that's what I love. We love super simple and things that just plain work. So sweet little bowls, they wash up really nice, especially in the silverware rack instead of like bobbling around your dishwasher. But these have a really scratchy pattern here that you can buzz around some garlic or ginger or what have you. And you can use the garlic with olive oil if you're baking or making a sauce. I use a lot of ginger in sauces. And this is a great grater for the kitchen and also good for the olive oil to flavor your olive oil. So I may be too wordy. So
no, we're all very excited about it now, actually. And also, I hope so. I don't know if you're reading the chat, but Ellen loves her so much that she's actually said it now twice because she wants to make sure that you see. Yes! I think I might need one now. I have 8 of those little ramekins, so now I think I need a little, the little grater thingy. So that
you totally need a grater, and you can delegate the grater use to one of your Clara's right there. Clara, you can use the and Sam's daughter, Clara. I think both Claras like the idea, and so yeah, you can delegate in your kitchen.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone loves the mini bowls. Megan says that they are pure joy.
Yeah. So that's what it's about, pure joy.
Sue, and I'm so glad that your internet was actually much better for your whole time this time. So yay. Now we've tempted fate long enough. We're going to move on to Lisa and Ravi. Hi, guys.
Hey everyone. Hey everyone, welcome to our workspace. I'm Ravi. This is
Lisa.
Thank you. And we own Beebop Wally, which is based here in New York City. Lisa and I met back in 1991. I was
I was bartending and taking classes at the Fashion Institute of Technology.
And I was working for a brokerage company across the street from Lisa's bar. And my colleagues and I would spend way too much time hanging out there.
Drinking my fabulous margaritas.
And very potent margaritas too. We started making clothes back in 1995 and selling them outdoor markets and holiday markets in New York City. So for the last 10 years or so, we've been traveling a lot, doing art shows across the country, as far west as Denver and as far south as Austin. We're inspired by retro and vintage fashion. We love 50s and 60s clothing. And Lisa loves thrift shops. And I think we've been to every single one of them between here and Texas.
Probably so.
So we want to talk a little bit about our favorite aspect of our process, which is buying fabric. And there's 2 ways in which we do it. The first is to go like one of those fancy showrooms, sit at a fancy table, get a fancy cup of coffee, and then, look through loads of swatches.
A lot of bickering.
A lot of what?
Bickering.
A lot of bickering. And then we end up arguing for about 3 hours. We always have differences, but then we usually get to iron them out. Do you have something you want to say?
Oh, I might let you choose one print.
So I get to choose one print, and then Lisa gets to choose the rest of them. The second method is to actually go to a fabric warehouse. Sadly, there's not many of them left in the city anymore, but it's amazing. You go there, there's fabrics everywhere, piled on each other, no particular order. And
like shopping.
Yeah, it's like thrift shopping for fabric, but it's great because you get to, pull out those fabrics, get, touch them, feel them, get a feel for the drape, the hand, and sit there and try to figure out what we can possibly do with them. When we first started in the mid-90s, we lived down in Tribeca. There used to be loads of fabric warehouses here. Unfortunately, all gone now to replaced by $5 million one-bedroom condos. My good friend and neighbor David Stoll is on the call, and he can attest to this. So we're going to jump back here and just go through our stuff. Lisa's going to be doing some modeling, and I'll be explaining the kind of stuff we do. We're going to start with this thing. It's called the Georgie sweater coat, asymmetrical hem. We do a lot of contrast stitching. We started doing this way back when we first started making clothes, and it's something that we do in a lot of our winter line. This one's got this big bold zipper. We also like big bold colors. This is 100% wool. The one that Lisa's wearing is 100% polyester.
It's really nice and fuzzy. You can see the outside stitching.
Our recurring theme is warm and fuzzy. Sorry, warm, comfy, cozy. Something we tend to do a lot of in our winter line. And underneath that, is the Gladys dress, which Carrie is modeling for us on the show. This dress is named after Lisa's mom. It's got a lined bodice, pleats on the bottom. We've got top stitching everywhere, the same color as the buttons. You know? And then we make masks out of all the fabrics. So we've got, for those of you who bought a summer item from us previously, if you want a mask and you don't see it on there, do email us. If we have the fabric, we'll make it for you. Because someone, not naming names, does not throw fabrics away. So the next item we have is called the Hazel dress coat. The fabric is acrylic polyester, bell sleeves. It's got the contrast stitching, buttons, and a zipper that are the same color as the stitching, as the outside stitching that we use. Oh, sorry. It also comes. We also make skirts and other stuff out of it. So if you want to do a little matchy outfit, you're welcome. Underneath that is the stretchy dress, which is our year-round best-selling dress. Fabric is poly, lycra. You can wear some cool tights and boots with them, which is what I do. And it's also a great little travel dress, bundle it up, chuck in your suitcase, and you're good to go. Now, this is a skirt. So when we cut the stretchy dress, and we have room, we'll add on one of these panels. And as we lay fabrics and we cut them, we also have all these panels left over. And then we'll put them together to make what we call, obviously, the panel skirt.
And our leftover fabrics as
And
well.
also, yeah, leftover fabrics. Because, we have loads of them. This is our version of the long sweatshirt. The fabric is 100% polyester. It's basically a fleece. It's got this big pockets, hood, and very importantly, thumb holes. It's, again, very comfy cozy. Underneath that is another sporty little number. This is the pebble dress. It's also got a hood, comfy cozy. If you want to throw on a pair of thermals underneath it, tights, boots, and you're good to go. There's one of the jackets we do. This one's called a Jackie jacket. If you want to dress up a pair of slacks, pants, or jeans, or as we have done here, a skirt. You want to show the other fabrics? And this is called a Peggy jacket, also made the same fabrics as the Jackie jacket.
We can also get the matching skirt.
We also got skirt. We do this in a bunch of different colors, so we've got matching skirts for all of them. Underneath that is the Zoe cotton skirt. This one also, like the Gladys dress, has got top stitching everywhere. It's got invisible side zipper. It's got these two big pockets. And again, we've got masks in all of them. So that's it from us. Thank you so much, guys. Let us know if you have any questions.
Yes, thank you. There are a couple questions. First of all,
Shout out to Michael and Susan in Chicago, Lisa's sister Nancy in Pennsylvania, and again, David, our neighbor down the road. Thank you so much. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, sorry. Because of Zoom, I couldn't tell what was happening. Sorry about that. Yeah, so first of all, someone had asked where your store is, and I believe in a previous party, maybe you had mentioned that you're not quite open for visitors yet. Can you explain, like, how are you doing that right now?
We don't have a store. We have a rather large workspace. So at the front of the workspace, we've converted it into a showroom. Unfortunately, right now, we wouldn't feel safe having anyone over. I don't think anyone would want to come over. But once we get over this, if you want to come over, make an appointment, give us a call, we'll be happy to have you over.
Okay, and in the meantime, how is it that you're working with people? I'm sure you found ways to make sure that people are getting exactly what they need. Yeah.
With regards to coming to our space?
No,
Oh.
you had yeah. So if somebody sees what they want on their website, they can communicate with you about sizing. There's a little bit of back and forth if necessary.
We offer free shipping and a 6-month money back guarantee, so you can buy it with confidence and know that you can send it back or exchange it for anything else you want.
Right. So even in this time, it's not a risky endeavor. You can try to switch it up. Although we have heard in the chat that your sizes are quite true to size, and Carrie seems to fit beautifully in her dress.
It looks so great in that dress.
So,
Carrie, this is your next purchase, a skirt out of the same fabric.
oh, wait, show it again, but pause. Show it again. Oh, look at that. That's fantastic. Oh, thank you guys so much for coming. I just love that each time we get to see different things. So wonderful. All right, so that was amazing. Thank you to all the artists who came, who are here tonight, showing us new work, maybe even work that's not on the website. It's always so exciting to sort of see a little bit of the behind the scenes. But I also wanted to thank all of you because, of course, you guys are why we do this work in the first place. A lot of us artists at this, and a lot of us makers at this point in time are kind of, we start feeling like we're making things in a vacuum. And so this, you guys coming here and seeing our work, and especially when we get to see some of our work on some of you, it's just, it completes that so important feedback loop for us, that it re-inspires us in ways that I think you probably don't even realize. So thank you for that. Thank you for showing up. And we know that you all are people who are supportive of artists and makers. And as such, I just wanted to say a couple other things, that ways that you can continue to support artists is follow us all on social media, like our pages, tell your friends about art parties. If you like this art party, and we realize that maybe you're the best ambassadors for sort of explaining to your friends, because maybe this is sort of a new kind of weird thing. It's not an art show online, but it's something a little bit different. It's very intimate. So share it with your friends if you enjoyed being here tonight. But I'm not going to put off any longer telling you who the winners are. Why don't we get to that? Because that part is pretty exciting. So you guys can go ahead and unmute yourselves if you want to do a little hooting and hollering when I announce the winners, because that's kind of fun. And so, little mini drum roll, I suppose. But so the winner for Suzanne Schwartz $50 gift certificate is Sheila Peters.
All right, Sheila.
Yeah. Congratulations, Sheila.
Yeah, so the way that we're going to get your gift certificates out to you is by email. So I do ask that if you've won, to put your email in the chat. You can email admin directly. So that would be Kathleen at Ekologic, but it says admin in the chat. You can email her directly, or you can just put it in the chat to everyone. So Sheila Peters won Suzanne's gift certificate. And
thank you. That's amazing.
Yay!
Oh, I'm excited, Sheila.
So good to see your face, Sheila. I love that. And Clara Applewhaite Designs, Joe Shields is the winner.
Hey. Joe? Is that Joe?
Just go ahead and pop your email in the
Thank
chat.
you.
Hey.
Ah,
There you
okay.
are. And so for Natural Sir Organic Jewelry, we have Thisha Farrell. Did I say that right?
Thecla.
Thecla. Wow.
Oh, Thecla, sorry, I think I wrote it wrong. Thecla. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yay.
Thank you for coming.
You can tell we all need
I gotta put my
glasses
email
now.
in.
I'm looking at your name, Thecla, and I could see how it could be written, Thisha, because I don't think these glasses are strong enough. Okay, so for Steel Pony and Journey Bags, Doreen Devine.
Hey.
And then for Suchi Pottery, Rosemary Nardone.
Yay, Rosemary!
Yay.
All right.
And finally for Beebop and Wally, Lois Urkowitz.
Hey.
So just a couple more things. Of course, we want every single one of you to feel like you were winners tonight, and I hope you already feel that way. So everyone will receive a 10% off discount code for all 6 of the artist websites who participated, but also to Swan&Stone websites, which is mine, and Ekologic, so Kathleen Tesnakis website, Ekologic. And you will be receiving a follow-up email. So I'm glad to see, who am I looking at? I'm looking at Sheila, and she's actually writing it down. I'm glad to see that, but if you don't have a pen handy, don't you worry, because we will be sending you an email with everyone's website and the coupon code. So the coupon code is, I thought I was gonna remember it, but now I'm looking back in my,
It's Art Party January 28th, and
so Art Party Jan 28, Art Party JAN 28, and Kathleen's gonna put it in the chat right now. But again, that will go out to you in the email. So,
and he wrote.
oh, actually, I want to tell you about the next party is going to be this Saturday, and Saturday parties are 2:30 and 5:30. And the artists who will be presenting at that party are, and again, so if you want to see more information on any of these artists, please go to artpartycentral.org. Can you just put that in the chat, Kathleen, just so that everyone has a visual? But yeah, so artpartycentral.org, because then you'll have links to the upcoming artists as well. So Valerie Hector, Griffith Evans, Bottega Flaviani, Ekologic Clothing and Accessories, that would be Kathleen, Francesca Vitali, Paper Jewelry, and Megan Patrice Riley Jewelry. Megan is also one of our co-founders of Art Party Central. So those are the artists at the party, and Megan says, woohoo, this Saturday. So that is that concludes kind of the programmed portion of our party. And so now we can be a little more casual. And if you guys want to, if anybody has any questions, I know we sort of muted you all and talked at you, but I know there were a couple questions that maybe we didn't get to in the chat, but go ahead and ask a question if you have one. And if not, I will jump in on a couple of things. So Clara, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
So can you bring out maybe a couple scarves, but also tell us the size of your scarves and how to wash them?
Oh, most of the scarves, you can hear me, right?
Yep.
Most of the scarves are 14 inches by 70 or 13 by 70. I have a few 12 by 70, and that only because sometimes I get 17-inch wide fabric. I don't get that anymore, so it's 55, so it goes like that. And the care is easy, cold water wash, and you iron it while it's damp. Soft soap, don't put any regular dishwashing soap is fine. I mean the plain one, not with any additives. What was the other question?
Oh, just if you wanted to show us a couple of different colors. I love that you have on a different color scarf this time than last time. It gives us a totally different feel from the red to the yellow.
If you're feeling in the mood for carnival, you got,
listen to this woman's voice.
you got color for days. That's one. That is from the Morocco collection. This one was from headpieces of Ghana.
Gorgeous.
Reading them again.
In all the ochre and sienna colors.
At one point, there's a chat and someone wrote,
No, I just want to remind everyone that if you are not muted, we can hear your background noise or your conversation.
And this one is from Beads of Africa. Trade beads. This is a chevron done in the red, white, and blue. And some of the textured ones.
Gorgeous. So many different colors. I love it.
Well, yeah, being a textile designer, I just enjoy playing with color. So, and design. So in this one, I just did Gutta and the watercolor technique down the middle.
And
So great with jeans.
Go ahead, sorry.
Great with jeans, jean jackets, anything.
Someone said in the chat that they never knew that you could wash silk and not dry clean. And since I learned so much from you last time, I wanted to tell everyone not to dry clean your scarves because it actually it deteriorates the color. Is that correct?
That's correct, especially if it's hand painted.
Yeah.
Especially if it's hand painted.
Okay.
The chemical that they use in the dry cleaning world totally degrades the color, the vibrant color. So the more you wash it, the more you send it to the dry cleaners, the more faded it gets. So this is the easiest way. And most of the time I will send it packaged with acid-free tissue. So when you're not using it, you just fold it back in there, put it in your drawer until you're ready to use it again.
Wonderful. Thank you.
What is the name of the design of the scarf that you have on around you?
This one is Morocco Abstract.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I received a question directed, a private question to me, asking to show Lula's multicolored choker and the Tagua chain necklace are both adjustable.
Yes, they're both adjustable. So this is the multicolor, the choker. So it's how it is. And this one is also adjustable. They're both adjustable. So you can open it here. And then when you want to wear it, just pull this up and you make it shorter. Somebody's asking me for this. It was in the back. I think Gloria, she asked me about this one with the multicolor. It's the same thing. You open it up and you make it short. You can make it longer like this or make it shorter. So it's a double row. Doreen asked if they're heavy. They're not heavy. They look big, but they're not heavy. It's a natural material. They're already processed, so they're not. Somebody, I think, is wearing one in the public. Ro asking me if I do pins. I do pins. I think I have one here. I do simple like this ones, or I add leather to other ones. So what you do is just, you can wear it over scarves, or if you want to touch or give a touch to your dresses, I put it on my shirts. If you have a suit, you can put it just like that. I have also this color in the brooches. Doreen is asking me for the turquoise and the green. I'm not sure if it's this one. So same thing, just put it over your head. I see more this color as an aqua color, but some people see it more as a turquoise. So I don't do discussions about colors.
Thank you.
And also you can make it as a choker. So you can make, closer, you can rotate it and give it a different shape. And the green one that you asked is this. It has the bombona nuts, the acai as the little ones. This is the tagua and this is the tagua. Same thing. Open it up and you can make it longer.
And I just wanted to add, since you told us in the earlier party, and I think it's brilliant, that on your website, you can actually go to your website and click on you can request a Zoom appointment on your website. Yes.
On my contact, and the contact part of my website, or the last one, you scroll down and you can Zoom the appointment, so you can put the time. It's good for you. The times are there, and I get an email. So all that I ask is just let me know what colors or materials or textures you're interested, so I have it ready when we meet. And that's it. I'm open to it. I really enjoy to do that. So that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So there was also a question that came in for Lisa and Ravi. And I'm just wondering if you could show us a few more of the pebble dress, like a couple of the patterns of the pebble dress.
Are you going? He's going to grab some more, but this is one of them. It's like a bluish gray, and it's really soft, this one. And then the one I showed you earlier, it's the only one we have at the pattern. And this orange one, really cute. Bring it up closer so you can see it. And it has a green stitching on it, which you can't really see on.
Lisa, while you're at it, the yellow, which one? Gladys, that's right next to you. My daughter's asking. That is adorable.
They look like lollipops, but they're little pink trees.
Wonderful. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you couldn't see it from back there. I see now. That's beautiful. Isn't that adorable?
So this is a brown.
Oh.
It's like a gray pin dotty sort of thing. If we have the fabric, if you want to swatch, we'll be happy to send it to you. We have the fabric left.
We have it in black.
Black.
That dress is all about the contrast stitching. That is so cute.
And this is a fleece.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for indulging. Those were beautiful.
My pleasure.
Adorable. Did anyone
Gloria wanted to see a scarf.
A pink scarf and the pink and beige.
Is this one? Is it this one?
Oh, near the one with pink and beige. Got it. Yeah. So it was a pink scarf near the one with pink and beige.
I'm not sure. Well, I can't see Gloria, so I have no idea. This one? This.
Do you have this much variety on your website, or do you usually make a Zoom appointment?
All of this is on the website.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, okay. That's great.
Yes, I do.
Well, it's hard to keep up on a website.
That is so true.
Because I know that a lot of times we have a lot of things that are not yet on the website, because that is a time commitment right there. So I'm sorry, Ravi and Lisa, we moved away from you before I saw the question. Thekla wanted to know, what sizes do you carry?
We go from extra small to large, which is about a 2 to like a 12, 14, depending on the item.
Okay. And
that's in the dresses. Sorry.
Go ahead.
That's in the dresses. In the coats, we do small, medium, large. We don't do an extra small in the coats.
Got it. And so your biggest fan, Carrie, wants to see the Wally 60s stretchy, Beebop and Wally 60s stretchy dress on the mannequin. So right behind you, Lisa.
It's called the 60s print.
Yeah, that's adorable.
That's really cool.
So I wanted also to ask Joanne and Dennis if we could see a couple more of those bags, because that was cut short, but there were so many different leathers there.
Yeah, sure.
Are you? Oh, there you
are. There's a lot. His bags are beautiful. Next time we're going to show them. I think.
Well, there's a lot to see for all of us. I know there's a lot to see. So,
this is a hand painted python over buffalo.
Wow.
With buffalo pocket, contrast lacing. This is also a buffalo piece where I did some venting. Behind the venting is ostrich. and detailed with a piece of the crocodile tail. And contrast pocket and stitching at the top.
That's gorgeous.
And then I had fun with this because I really, this emerald green ostrich is just so beautiful. Incorporating it with some purple ostrich in the face of the leather, and then with the contrast pocket.
I also don't know if he mentioned that every single one of his bags are totally hand stitched by him.
Oh, wow.
So he hand stitches and he hand laces everything. He hand cuts everything. It's all like 100%.
Dennis, there was a special request to see the large bag behind you next to the small black and blue bag. Yeah, I think
that's got to be it.
Right?
It's got to be it. That's my favorite bag.
Oh, it's got to be it because it's Joanne's favorite. Okay.
So this is, I'm going to guess on the size. It's about 15 inches wide, 12 inches high. This is a really gorgeous buffalo, two-tone buffalo. I'm missing the camera. The venting, again, it's got a contrast leather behind the venting that makes it pop.
Dennis,
Ostrich.
You said, so I know that there's conflicting information here of whether or not they're on the website, but if there is something that someone's interested in and it's not on the website, how do they contact you? Is that easy to figure out from your website? If they go to your website, is it easy to get in touch with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a contact, so they can contact through the website, or they could just email us at Joanne, JOANNE @steelpony.com.
Okay, and it sounds like you do you do Facebook Lives, but I'm sure
yeah, and we do Zooms, we do all of that.
Yeah, okay, that's wonderful because
and
you have a lot of one of a kind. So
yeah, well, in the next day or two, we intend to take care of that.
Oh, okay.
So
wonderful. Well, thank you so much. There was also a question for Sue about, I'm just scrolling back up. Are there
1 liter pitcher?
Oh, okay.
Actually, she found that bag on the website.
The 1 liter pitcher I've got, Rosemary, and I have a blue one, and I know I have an orange one, and somehow I can't find it here in the studio, which is like, well, did it sell, or like, is it in a bucket somewhere? Where did it go? But this is what it looks like, and it has the sweet little handle on here that matches the swirl. They're a little over a liter, and I do make them functional. I'm gonna pause. I can see, okay, the internet was unstable. So, but I'm happy to make you one in any color on the website, and then I can usually finish them up in 3 weeks. And also I have on hand a blue one with no handle, surprise. But these little cuties are really easy to grab by the neck, depending on the size, unless you're a really small person. You can grab it by the neck and use it like a carafe. And this one's not on the website, but if you're interested in it, you just let me know.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah, sure.
So it is getting a little late, but I do want to, I mean, and also I want to let everyone know, obviously, if you want to hop off and, you know, no one will be offended, but I do have a question for Suzanne, because I've been dying to know the torn collection. How did that come to be? Because I am so enthralled with that collection of yours. It's how it sort of is ripped apart and stitched together. Where is Suzanne?
Right here.
There you are. Okay, yeah, there we go.
So, hold on.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh.
We lost your video, but.
So you lost my video.
Yes.
Yeah, can you turn your video back on?
Let me try it here.
Or is there maybe a different?
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So the torn collection, it materialized because Aaron Faber had asked me to, a gallery in New York City had asked me to participate in a show that was Moonstones and Bluestones. And that's how the Moonstones came. But for years, and this is how my designs will come about, I'll see something and think about it and figure out how I want to incorporate it into a piece of jewelry. So there was this pot in a sofa catalog, the show sofa, and it was torn and had lacing up it. And I was intrigued by it and had been thinking about it really for years. And then when I started to make this collection, that whole idea of that pot came to be. Does that make any sense, even though it shouldn't?
Yeah. It's the first time I saw it, I was like, I feel like I'm seeing a whole different side of Suzanne, because it's got this sort of Tim Burton feel to it or something, you know?
Really?
Yeah, I mean, but it just depends on how you look at it. I think, you know, hearing that story gives it a totally different vibe to me. Yeah.
And I wanted it to look like almost metal that you rip or tear, or leather. And I actually used like leather there's a texture on it that's hard to see, but I used leather to texture it, which didn't work that well, and then tissue paper. So that's kind of how it came about.
Oh, it's my favorite. I think it's just incredible. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
Well, it is getting on 9 o'clock, everyone. So thank you so much for coming. This has been such a great party. And we hope that you'll join us on Saturday. Again, the times on Saturday are 2:30 and 2:30 and 5:30. So they're a little different than the parties during the week.